Hello, everyone. I wanted to give a quick, brief introduction of the inspiration behind my layout before we get into the layout tour and some informational background, just so you guys have a better idea what's going on when we finally get to the layout room. So my railway is based off of a real-life prototype called the ABC Railway. It interchanges with CSX just south of Akron, Ohio, here as we pull it on the map, in a city called Barberton. And so I want to go through and just sort of explain some of the reasoning behind what I did and what you're going to be seeing on the layout that actually comes from the real life prototype. So looking at Barberton here, this is where the ABC interchanges, as I said. I have ABC or Barberton Yard that is on the west corner of my layout, and that is where all the interchange traffic comes off of the CSX. And what will happen is it goes around and actually does a 180-degree turn where we have PPG Industries, which you'll see on the layout, followed by PC Sales and Services, which is also modeled on my layout too. Now, I do have two more industries on my layout that are a little farther away. So if you take a look and see, I also have Continental Carbon, which is right here. This is off the main beaten path, but it's also a line for ABC Railway. I also have modeled here is the Carter Jones lumber plant. This is based off the fact that I had a bunch of box cars and lumber cars that I would be happy to use in the layout and give me some variety. So that's also modeled on my layout here. So those are the four industries. Now, if we go to the ABC Railway page, it's a part of the Wheeling and Lake Erie Railway Company. It is a subsidiary and is a Class 3 terminal switching in the greater Akron area. There's tons of different industries it switches, but I just have a couple here. I'm in the process of actually making one of the SW1500s that is shown in this picture and hope to get that done by the end of the year. Then here just goes into a couple other details about it. Here are all the industries that ABC Railway will switch. As you can see, we have Carter Jones Lumber, which I was describing to you before. There's my pointer. We have a Continental Carbon Company, which is also model and layout, followed by PC Sales and Services, and lastly, PPG Industries. So now if we go take a look at the map that I drew roughly, we clear this, and then we'll just do it again. The black is the CSX main line. That is the Newcastle sub for CSX. And then right here, we would have Barberton Yard, and where it interchanges with ABC. This side, this is actually where Continental Carbon would be. It comes off of the line over here, but I just did not have that shown. And then if we follow it down to the south, which is the bottom of the screen, you have PPG Industries before it turns 180 degrees and we get into PC Sales and Services. It follows the line up north and to the east where we get to East Akron Yard over here, which is not modeled on my layout, but it's one really cool, neat switching area that hopefully one day when I have a bigger layout, I'll be able to do that. Now the layout is based off of the Georgia Northeastern Railroad by Tom Klimowski. Hope I pronounced his name right. It was pretty much the exact same size bedroom that I had, and it would allow me to get to building the layout faster versus trying to come up with a track plan that I wasn't sure that would operate well. So my room is pretty much the exact same size as actually 11 by 9.5 feet. And I did follow the outside perimeter. I did not, however, put in this centerpiece right here. It was far too scrunched up for me, and I rather had more space. Now, one of the differences is that right here is going to be where Continental Carbon comes through. This is actually a little bit of a closet that I was able to make a little larger. And then off of this line right here, where this is actually an edge of the fascia, I have the Carter Jones lumber plant, or lumber, as I told you before. So right here, this is all going to be Barberton Yard, as that was shown. This side is going to be Robinson Avenue over here, and you'll see that in the layout. The Barberton Water Tower is in this corner. And then my swing bridge is in the corner over here, which does take away a lot of the space for industries. So I was only able to get one industry right here, which is the PPG plant. And then I was able to do PC sales and services over on this side. And then I also did take out this front part here because I wanted more scenery. So now here's the part you guys have been finally waiting for. I'm here in the basement, walking down the hallway. Off to the left here is gonna be where the railroad is, and then we have another bedroom and a bathroom over there. Don't mind, I'm still working on trying to get the trim done. But when we look here into the layout room, we can see the layout. I have a valance on it and LED lighting, and this is the swing bridge I was talking about before. So if we go into the room, the first thing you'll see is Barberton Yard. As I was telling you back when we were looking at Google Maps, this is where CSX and ABC Railway will interchange their trains. And so we're here, we have queued up for a little bit of operations that I'm going to do later on here in Barberton. You see we have some background flats, and then over here is the iconic Barberton Yard water tower. I will try to link up a picture. And then moving to the right, we have the Ohio and Erie Canal, which does run parallel to the tracks in this spot right here. And then Robinson Avenue, which is a prominent feature in Barberton. And then as we move east. So then right here is our swing bridge that will close based off of being able to run trains around the layout. This is an integral piece to be able to do operations. Simple as that. And then I have rail joiners right here that I'll just slide up through and it will be perfect. So then continuing east, we have PPG Industries. As I told you, it is the first industry on the modeled line that you see going south out of Barberton, but it's gonna be east on my layout. Right now I just have a standing grain elevator because I haven't had time for that. Moving farther east, you got the Ohio and Erie Towpath Trail, which is a biking trail, which I enjoyed biking back when I was living in Ohio. And then that led right into PC sales and services that housed all different types of tank cars and covered hoppers. Right next to the PC sales and services was Snyder Avenue, where I don't have any grade crossing circuits. Instead, I have this green button here that when I turn it on, we have lights and sounds. On the back corner there is the Continental Carbon, where I will be doing buildings, not just those flats there, to show for the carbon. And then Carter Jones lumber. You can see a little track schematic right there. And then sort of headed east to some treat area. I'm still working on trying to get the Tuscarawas River completed, and then we complete the loop all the way back into Barberton. So to hold my rolling stock, not during operations, I created these little cabinets right here out of 1x3s and a little bit of hardboard underneath, and then got some foam matting to be able to put the extra cars that I don't need and some of the engines that I have. And then I have a second one over here. As you can see, the carbon hoppers don't have any wheels on them because I'm in the process of weathering them. So those will just slide right in super easily. Same thing over here. And then I have access cars also in this drawer right here. And then the bottom, this is where I have all my car cards and away bills for operations. I'll make a separate video on how I do operations on my railroad, but it's super easy. It takes about 10 minutes to set up and will provide about 45 minutes of entertainment. And then the top going around the room, you can see a bunch of different placard signs. I can't remember exactly where I got those, but 9 of them in all, and it makes the layout look really good. So this is a view from the other corner of the layout, looking at the door. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I will try to respond to them. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.